when I'm being told that Sheesh Mahal was a story like one has done in the last 35 years, several other stories. There have been stories against BJP leaders, in the Vajpayee era, BJP leaders later on. I've done stories against Yashwant Sinha, Jaswant Singh, Pramod Mahajan. I have done stories against the Congress party, CWG, 2G. I don't know how many of these stories, because that's the job of a journalist. We do stories. Augusta Westland. Sheesh Mahal was a story that we did as a team. Times Now Navbharat, totally involved in that story. You know why that story brings back memories that I really have stored somewhere else? Because journalists are not supposed to get emotional about the stories that they do. This one turned out to be a little more emotional than any other story, simply because the story was done by the seniors on the channel. The youngest reporter had gone for a soundbite to Punjab to get a soundbite or a story done by the channel. She was nowhere involved in the decision making. She probably didn't even know what was the kind of story that was going to be put out on the channel. Yes, it was an inflection point in my career, in my life, to have a young reporter be arrested and to be responsible. And may I tell you today, I can share it with you today. She was engaged to be married. She had been arrested. We thought it was one of those things, कि ले जाएंगे थाने, छोड़ देंगे, that normally the thing just to scare us. When I realized that they were not going to leave her and she would have to spend a night in jail, and I got a call from her parents. I'm a parent. I have grown up children. I realized what a load I was carrying on my shoulder. I felt personally, totally responsible for Bhawana Kishore. I can't tell you, those 2 nights, one night in the police station and one night in the jail, in the Ludhiana jail, that was spent by Bhawana Kishore, were the longest nights of my life. I have never had so much trouble holding my emotions at any point. And we all go through ups and downs in our personal lives. But I have never felt so guilty for putting my reporter in harm's way just for a story that was being done. You know, somewhere there is justice. And I believe that there is justice. नहीं करना चाहिए जो नहीं करना चाहिए. If we do wrong, we are wrong. If somebody else does wrong, a wrong is a wrong. It doesn't have any qualifications. Doing that to Bhawana was not required. It should have been dealt with the seniors of the channel, the editor of the channel. Bhawana was collateral damage. For me, it was the biggest test of my professional life. It was the biggest test of my personal life. It was the biggest test as a woman to a woman colleague, that because of me, I had to expose her to this. And her story, you know, we put it before the people at that time. Today, somewhere, I never see stories as a message of any reporter, but somewhere today I can look Bhawana in the eye today and say, Bhawana, भगवान के दरबार में कहीं ना कहीं गलत गलत होता है. मे बी पॉलिटिकल वर्ल्ड में गलत और सही की लाइन बहुत ही थिन है, लेकिन है what is wrong is wrong. And I thought this should not have happened, and it clearly could have been avoided by the Aadmi party. On a personal note, this had hurt me not because of me. I've done billions of stories. I've faced a lot of stuff. But today, Bhawana Kishore, you know, I can only tell you, justice does happen. Sometimes in the court of the power up there, whatever you call it. But I come back to the political takeaways from this entire election.
One big political takeaway we should look at what will happen in Punjab. all said and done, it's very difficult to become a national party. There is a chief minister there. How would the chief minister react now? How would the party members react there now? What opportunities would Congress smell? You showed Punjabi, Khatri as well as 6 seats. BJP has won massively. Whether BJP will capture that gain or whether Congress will capture that gain, whether Akali Dal will capture that gain. Now, Punjab is also going to be a very interesting election, and it's held in, I think, a year and a half. So this is very, very difficult time for Arvind Kejriwal. From being a national party, it could, Congress has split multiple times. What will happen to AAP as an idea which came and which, just putting it on lighter side, there used to be a very colorful politician in the American South, known for his colorful life. He used to say that the only way I lose an election is if I am found with a dead girl in my room or a live boy in my room, because that is a perception you build. Arvind Kejriwal became holier than thou, an Aam Aadmi, and an Aam Aadmi who needed a 12 lakh rupees toilet for his bowl movement. That was a bit much. And that exposure.
Well, but I still don't write off anybody. I won't, because you know, nobody just turns over and fades away. There is life after every defeat for every political party, for every politician. But will there be trouble in Punjab? Sabah Naqvi, how do you see?
Right now, Punjab is voting in 26, if I'm not
27.
mistaken. 27, okay. So 5 years will be over by then. The catch here is that the Akalis have split very badly, as you know. And Congress has also not been in a good shape. So unless Congress suddenly, and Congress has not done well in Delhi either, yeah. They've just gone up by 1%. So right now, and I'm sure AAP will put all its efforts there, even as we'll see the numbers, how much of an opposition they can be in Delhi. So it's tough to write off these.
No, nobody is writing off, and that's a mistake we journalists will never make.
The other parties are not in a good shape. If one of them was in a very robust shape, Akali Dal was ready to have an alliance with the BJP, Akalis are just completely scattered.
That's the point. That's the point, Shekhar, again.
Yeah, but trailing, 7 rounds over.
Arvind Kejriwal, Atishi and Manish Sisodia.
All three are trailing. 230 seats.
Aam Aadmi Party's Armed Trinity trailing again. We started with that premise. Well, it continues between. We saw a little bit of seesaw.
A little bit cynical out here. You see, now politicians always need a cash cow, and states. We've all said this before. States represent a cash cow for a politician, especially for a failing political party. Now, suddenly, Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party find Punjab is the last stop, the last gravy train. So I think it's a very dangerous territory we are moving into.
I don't know. It always existed because Delhi had its limitations, being you know, a semi-union territory state. But Shekhar,
Navika, I think Bhagwat Maan will heave a sigh of relief. Because he was taking him around the country in the Punjab government plane. कम से कम उसके तो छुटकारा मिला. Like an auto वाला.
नहीं अब तो और free हो जाएंगे.
वो तो free हो गया. लेकिन दूसरी बात होगी, as he gets assertive, there are a lot of trouble brewing within Aam Aadmi Party MLAs and ministers. And
in Delhi or Punjab?
In Punjab. And there are serious charges of corruption. And by the way, Congress is not in such a bad shape when you compare it with BJP. In fact, there is
in Punjab.
In Punjab, things are not as bad as it looks, and this could give an opportunity for the Congress in Punjab.
Chima came back from Canada, I heard. I don't know.
Well, Vivek Srivastava, beginning of troubles in Punjab, or do you think that's far-fetched?
No, it will all depend if Arvind Kejriwal is winning his personal seat or not. If he is winning his personal seat, his authority will be maintained, even though they are losing in Delhi, number one. If he loses, Ishkaran is quite correct. I agree partially with his analysis. There could be a lot of trouble. Some independence could happen. Some split could happen. We do not know. Congress will be resurgent. It is going to come back. There is no doubt about it in Punjab. It is going to become much stronger. Even in Delhi, they are going to become stronger now after this. So all depends, because see, this was a one-man's party. It was a one-man's miracle. And it was Arvind Kejriwal around whom everything rotated, and his philosophy and his book Swaraj, which we all read at that time. So if he loses personally over here,